drive us forward. From the quaint corner stores on Broad Street to the local boutiques and small businesses in Balogun, medium-sized businesses fuel the engine of growth, providing job opportunities for countless individuals. These businesses form the lifeblood of our economy, working hand in hand to create a thriving ecosystem of commerce and prosperity. On Balogun Broad, we celebrate the resilience and ingenuity of small, medium, and big businesses. We don't just keep an eye on the stock exchange market, we're in touch with our local markets too. Join us every Wednesday, 5 to 6 p.m. on Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Lagos, Nigeria, good evening to you. Welcome to the last 1 hour of the show we call Hard Fact. This is Ayes and Nays, where we take you through the activities of your lawmakers weekly on Thursdays. And we are good to go for this week, as we always do. Last week, we started a conversation. We're looking at the performance of the 10th National Assembly in the last 12 months, their first 1 year in office as federal lawmakers. That's right, we did that last week, but we couldn't finish simply because we had some horrible network experience while we're speaking with our guest. Our guest is none other than Oke Epia, the founder and executive director of OrderPaper Nigeria. OrderPaper, by the way, you know them too well when you talk about anything parliament, anything the National Assembly, lawmakers, their activities. They are the people to go to if you want to have your information correct, because they get their information straight from the source. Okay, good evening and thank you for joining us on the show this evening.
Thank you, Sheriff. Good evening to you. Good evening to your listeners. Good evening, Lagos.
That's right. Let's start from where we stopped last week, or where we were interrupted rudely by the network last week. We were trying to evaluate the performance of female lawmakers last week. Could you take us through that as to how the female lawmakers at the National Assembly performed in terms of their activities generally at the National Assembly in the last 12 months?
Yeah, thank you, Sharif. I was saying that the female focus on female lawmakers and the performance of their lawmaking function is instructive because it speaks to advocacy, the clamor, or if you like, campaign for female inclusion in political decision making in the country. Mm-hmm. And so when you have a trickle of them, as we currently have in the National Assembly, performances that can be adjudged to be satisfactory or non-satisfactory, it actually means of either increasing the advocacy or reducing the velocity or the impact, if you like, of the advocacy. So in that context, I want Nigerians to pay attention to what the female lawmakers we have in the current National Assembly are doing. There are a few number of them, and like I said, what we have done is to focus on the core function of lawmaking. Okay. And I'll start with the House of Representatives, where you have just 16 of them, 16 female lawmakers out of 360 members of the House of Representatives. There are only 16 females, slightly higher than the last assembly, the 9th assembly, where we have about 13 of them. But these 16 females, between them sponsored 40 days by percentage calculation is about 3.3% of the 1,175 number of these sponsored in the House of Representatives between June 2023 and May 2024, which is a quarter of 1 year mark. Right. That's the performance in the House of Reps. I take you quickly through the Senate. In the Senate, there's a reduction, of female senators from the 9th Assembly to the current one. So we have only just 4 of them in the current 10th Assembly, unlike we had 8 or so of them in the previous Assembly. And between these 4 of them, they have 6 days to their names. Again, that is also 3.3% of the 475 bills that have been introduced in the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in the period under review. Yes, so we see the disaggregation of these figures indicating non-performance, stark non-performance by some female lawmakers, including those you would normally want to look out for, like the daughter of the former governor of Delta State, Ibo's daughter. She's one of those who did not sponsor a bill in the period under review. So in Lagos, when you have a female senator, there is a bill to her name. I think, there are a couple of bills that she has sponsored. I'll dig up the numbers in a bit. But what is key is that it is not the numbers, and I can't stop saying this. I can't say this enough. It is what happens beyond the numbers.
Right.
What the level of progression of those bills beyond just mention.
Right.
There are 6 stages at least of bills becoming law. They have to travel through these stages from first reading to second reading. Second reading is where the general principles of the bills are debated, and if they are passed at that level, it means that the legislature as an institution has accepted, takes ownership of the bill. Then it refers it to a committee. So it refers to committee conducts public hearing. It comes back with a report to plenary, and then that report is considered. It is passed for third reading if it is accepted. And then, of course, it is sent to the other chamber for concurrence. We operate by cameral legislature, and then if both houses, okay the bill, it is sent to the president for assent, and it becomes law. So these are critical 6 stages or thereabouts. For constitutional amendment bill, it's about 7. It's 7, actually, for bills to become law. So when lawmakers sponsor bills, and those bills are only at first reading, it says to us and to everyone who understands this process that the main work has actually not been done. And, that is where we're able to see indolence and performance. That's where we're able to see abdication of responsibilities or diligence or persistence to the mandates of those who have been elected into office. I'll give you an example. So one of the female lawmakers who has done very well with a number of bills, 11 of them from Rivers State, the immediate past deputy governor of Rivers State, Senator Palibo Harry, I think, Yes, she's got 11 bills sponsored within this period under review. But those bills are nowhere beyond just mere mentions on the floor of the Senate. So there's a lot of work to do. We put out this distilled information so citizens and constituents specifically can decipher for themselves who is working, who is pretending to be working, and who is actually not, present at all, just, warming the bench, or completely absent from legislative duties. Unfortunately, we do not have access, and that is one advocacy that needs to happen to the attendance records of, the National Assembly, where citizens should be able to know if their lawmakers actually attend plenary. When they come to plenary meetings or committee meetings, they actually have an attendance register that they sign.
Right.
But this is often kept away from the public, which is a shame. So these are also other measures of determining performance, participation, of members of parliament. But we don't do that because, that data is not available. So we use the data that is available for citizens and constituents to interrogate the performances or otherwise of their lawmakers, But this point is not to become too hard to say, okay, look, female lawmakers are not doing this, are not doing that. It's just to make the data available for citizens to say, look, we see what you are doing, we hear what you are doing, can you do some more? Our objective is to engender healthy public debate between citizens and lawmakers, and not actually to, stimulate name calling, or to make people feel reluctant or shy away from public debate.
Right. Okay, quickly, we're going to go back to the data you gave us concerning the female lawmakers, and I quite agree with you. It's not about the number of bills. It's about how far the bills have gone, in the parliamentary processes. But I want to drill down on the. Look. So we have a very few number of females, both at the Senate and in the House of Reps, and the figures they speak for themselves, and that could maybe directly responsible for the number of percentage that you mentioned. But what I want you to clarify is: do we have anyone amongst these women in the National Assembly who didn't put together a bill at all?
Yeah, Sheriff, I mentioned a particular individual as an example. There are a couple of others. I must tell you that we've got about 100 plus categories, of these data sets that we have put out, and they're all on our website at OrderPaper.ng.
Fantastic.
Right. So citizens, everyone is invited to go on there and see what they have done.
OrderPaper.ng.
Yes, OrderPaper.ng, OrderPaper.ng.
Okay.
So every one of the 36 states of the country have that information of every lawmaker from that state in the National Assembly.
Good.
Yeah, so if I can tell you, but I have to, shift through the data.
No. Let's move on. Let's move on very quickly. Yes.
And I can give you another example. There is a female senator. I remember that also from Bayelsa. Who also has not sponsored the bill within the period under review, But I've also mentioned, for the benefit of the people of Lagos, Senator Idiat, former deputy governor, Adebule. And she's got some Bs, I think 3 or so. I'll need to check
she's got 4, and that's where we're going now.
Good, yes, she's got 4. But I think those 4 Bs have not progressed beyond first reading. So that's also something to note.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Let's talk about the lawmakers from Lagos. We have 3 of them, federal lawmakers in the Senate. 3 of them. For Lagos East, we have Mukaila Biru. From Lagos West, Idiat Adebule. From Wasiu, from Lagos Central, Wasiu Soni. These are, lawmakers representing the 3 senatorial zones in the Senate of the National Assembly. I have the report here, but I'd love for you to go through this. How many bills do we have these 3 combined representing Lagos have put forward in the Senate, and what's their progression like? These bills, what's been their progression in the floor of the Senate so far? And if you're to rank them in percentage, how would you rank their success rates?
It is not for us to rank, really. It is for us to provide data to citizens to do the ranking.
Oh, okay.
We are careful. We are careful not to give the impression that we have certain agendas, and we have been very accused. And I must use this opportunity to make these points. We have received all manners of accusations and innuendos over the last 5 years that we started to do this. What I can say to you very clearly, categorically, unequivocally, is that none of these contestations or innuendos have been validly proven. And that's because we deal with the data. And that's because we deal with the data from the source itself, the National Assembly. I give you 3 examples of those sources. The order paper, which details the agenda, the daily agenda of the National Assembly, in the Senate and the House of Representatives. It's the public document. You have the votes and proceedings, which is like the minutes of meeting, of plenary that is ready and adopted next plenary day. And of course, you have the journal, the journal of bills that are published. These are at least 3. These are sources that we take our time to meticulously pull together and distill and come up with these, data sets and analysis that nobody is able to fault, because these are records from the institution itself. So it's important to make that point, that we do this not because we take delight in ranking senators, we want to put one down and raise another up. We just want to let the data speak for itself, and that is why we try not to speak on specifics. Like you're asking me about Lagos, the data, I'm sure you have it in front of you.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so if you do us the pleasure, the impartial umpire here, to read it out for our listeners.
Absolutely.
So they can hear it directly from you.
Absolutely.
And then I can speak to it, what that means.
Oh, sure. I can do that. Why not? Why not? I would definitely do that. Let me go through this again for Lagos so that the question I was asking, just now. In Lagos, this is a report put together, and like said, they have their, they got their data straight from the source. So totally, we have three senators from Lagos East, Lagos West, and Lagos Central. Amongst the three of them, they've got 26 bills put together from the three of them. Mukaila Abiru from Lagos East has 12 bills in total. Progression rate, he has 83% of the bills are waiting second reading, which means not all the bills have gone through first reading to start with. Okay, please come in and correct me if I'm wrong in any way, all right?
Yeah, please go on.
Then it means 16.7% of the bills at the committee stage. I think that's what I'm seeing here for Mukail Abiru of Lagos East. For Idiat Adebule of Lagos West, she's got 4 bills to her name. Progression rate, all of our bills, all the 4 bills have gone through first reading. They are waiting second reading. That's Idiat Adebule of Lagos West. Now to Lagos Central, you have Wasiu Soni. He's got 10 bills to his name. 90% of the bills are waiting second reading, which means some have gone through first reading, and that's 10% have gone through second reading, and they are at the committee stage. 90% have gone through first reading, but not second reading. That's what we have amongst the three senators that we have from Lagos here.
So if I could just cut in very quickly before
Yes.
you move on to the House of Representatives.
Yes.
What you have just done is would suggest to the very casual listening that the female senators, a female senator at least has done very well, right? But the key index of measuring performance as far as this matter is concerned is the progression of the bills. So this is what emphasizing. Our 4 bills have remained stuck at first reading. They have not progressed beyond mere mentions on the floor of the Senate. So if you compare that to her colleagues who have had a certain percentage of their bills gone beyond first reading, you can tell for yourself what the story of productivity is.
Why is it usually like that, if I may butt in? Okay, please pardon me. So why is it, in her case, for instance, what do you think is responsible for bills getting stuck in first reading and then not moving past that? Is there an intentional effort that must be made by the lawmaker, him or herself, or there is a Senate rule or procedure that must be followed before such, or there is some level of hierarchy in terms of importance of some bills? Some get priority over some, maybe even the position of the lawmaker in question now. Maybe it's, what do they call these lawmakers that have been in?
Ranking.
Yeah, ranking. What exactly dictates how, a lawmaker's bills should be, their progression, the rate of progression of a lawmaker's bills?
Interesting question, and there are no, straightjacket answers to it. But one thing is clear. One thing is very clear, Sheriff. It has nothing to do with whether you are ranking or not, right? It has more to do with the determination, the diligence, and persistence of the lawmaker. Everyone wants bills to their names, right? And so for some, that is just adequate. They just want to have that report back to their constituents, and say, all right, look, I have 50 bills, I have 15 bills. So the figures could excite people, right? But the nitty-gritty, like we say, the devil is in the details. Where are those bills in the legislative mail, right? That's the key question. So it takes a lawmaker, and you said it, to be intentional, to be deliberate, to be decisive about being, to pursuing those bills to move from one level to another. So it's like, okay, there are 109 senators, okay? Yeah, because of parliamentary practice, indeed, ranking members and principal officers could have more leverage, politically speaking,
right,
to may advance their bills. But it doesn't show to us that if you have this number of bills, not even one of them has progressed. It either indicates a level of disinterest or indicates just sheer indolence, that you really do not just care. Your priorities are different in the Senate or in the House of Representatives. So you are just content to have your name to bills, right? So there are a couple of dynamics.
Okay.
We'll be able to progress.
I'm sorry to butt in. Let's take this break. We'll talk some more when we return.
Right. More conversation, more talk, more right after this.
Everyone says I'm beautiful and bold. They say I'm fashionable. And to crown it up, very confident. And my secret is...
People say I'm good looking, funny, hardworking, and to crown it up, very confident. And my secret is...
So whether in the office or at home,
in the streets or on the dance floor,
anytime, any day, I never lose my confidence. And the secret to my confidence is Wazobia perfume.
Absolutely. Wazobia perfume gives the authenticity and long-lasting fragrance all day. That's my secret confidence.
Wazobia perfume is available in body spray.
Also available in supermarkets and markets near you.
You can also get it on Jumia.
Wazobia perfume, the correct scent.
Hey, Brekete, don't bust Brekete with Glow Brekete 10X. Talk true. Yes, so with Glow Brekete 10X, every naira that counts. Now, why you fit count on Glow for 10 times the value of your recharge, whether on a voice or on a data? Glow Brekete 10X, now the correct plan we go switch you, your family and your friends join. Hey, oh yeah, he never finish your Glow Brekete 10X go summon you one-time welcome bonus of 1,000 naira. Double data bonus and even bonus night data. Everything Brekete with Glow Brekete 10X. If you want to enjoy Brekete 10X, what do you wait for? Rush go any Glow World building, kiosk or activation center. Go collect your own Glow line. Or dial *301# to jolly. Make every naira count. Count on us for 10 times the value of your recharge with Brekete 10X. Glow, powering ambition.
Glow Unlimited.
Hey there! Yes, you! You just won 5,000 naira cash! And you, sitting by the side, there's 1 month Showmax subscription to watch the Premier League waiting for you! You behind! Of course! You're not left out! How does 1,000 naira airtime and 2,000 naira Uber discount sound? All this could come true when you buy the No Unwrap and Win pack. Open it, look for a cube with a 6-digit code on its wrapper, text the code to 8011 and follow the prompts to stand a chance to win any of these instant prizes. Promo valid from July till December. Terms and conditions apply. Get extra value on the No Unwrap and Win pack. No, eat for good.
You define better odd. I bet you one play cause over 1.5. I bet you one bet say both seem no go score at all. Yeah, we get better payout. No worry, we there for you. Our odd chaburata in a day for bet baba. We win money, bet baba. Cash out today easy or bet baba. We get online games for you to play. Oh God, all want. Yeah, we get better bonus. Money me no dano. Yeah, na bet baba day so. Cash out no sharp. Oh darling, no. Welcome to Bet Baba.
Register now on betbaba.ng. Not for people under 18.
Oh, I don't tire for them. Even for inside the semo and rice.
Store your grains and other foodstuff them fresh inside the Bako Zero Fly storage bag for up to 2 years. Where insects them no fit enter. Bako Zero Fly storage bag. They use better hermetic technology to buy insects within inside the grains. After you don't tie the bag well for 3 weeks, it will protect your grains them from insects waiting outside. Come keep them fresh and safe without any preservatives. Follow these steps for better protection. Step 1: arrange your grains and food items them inside the Bako Zero Fly storage bag. Step 2: tie the bag well so that air no go enter. Step 3: free. Keep the bag for one corner. Bako Zero Fly storage bag. They everywhere for Nigeria and NAFDAC approve am. Buy your own today. Bako Zero Fly storage bag. Bag where they protect.
I'm in love. Sonia tomato mix stand up. Is it to open? Is it to squeeze? Is it to scoop and is it to stir?
Sonia tomato mix in a new stand up pouch.
If you get the big dreams to do big things, lonely day with red money. If you get the big dreams to do big things, lonely day with red money.
Loans of up to 7 million naira on Rain Money. Call 0700 5000 500 or visit rainmoney.com to get started now.
Why do we love stories? Is it because we see ourselves reflected in the different characters? Or is it the unimagined worlds we may never be in, but can experience for an hour or more? So intriguing that it leaves us spellbound. Is it the thrill, the tears, the emotions, the fears? Or is it just because we love the stories we've never felt before?
Find the stories you love on Netflix with plans starting from 2,200 naira.
Imagine thinking you bought an unlimited data plan, but the next thing we hear is,
oh, this data has finished again.
Well, that's what happens when you don't buy a truly unlimited data plan.
Enjoy truly unlimited data with unlimited speed-based data plans from Airtel. Visit www.airtel.com.ng/HBB to buy now.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Africa is all connected. With Turkish Airlines FlyFest, fly to Europe, to America, and to Istanbul at special prices. Book your ticket until December 15th for flights between September 15th and December 15th. For details, please visit turkishairlines.com. Turkish Airlines.
Enter the Onga Take the Millions promo with 250 million naira worth of cash and prizes to be won. To stand a chance to win, buy any of the new promotional packs, take one empty sachet of the Onga 90Q pack or 2 empty sachets of the Onga 50Q pack to the collection center closest to you and exchange the sachets for a scratch card. Scratch the card to reveal a unique code. Text the code to 1393. Promo runs from September to October 2024. For further inquiries, visit www.ongamillionspromo.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Who says you can't have it all with one play?
I got that defined, but you have just won yourself.
Congratulations.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, Melitus. One player, don't talk to 2 players because you won 20K.
So now you won yourself 20,000 naira.
My name is Well Done.
Okay, well done. You want to tell you well done, you won yourself 20,000 naira.
With 500 naira, you can play to win big. From 120,000 naira to 190,000 naira daily on Nigeria Info. Go to oneplay.ng and play with 500 naira. And in a few seconds, your ticket is in the draw. Or dial *347 *880 *3#. Win daily on Nigeria Info. 50,000 naira on Morning Crossfire. 60,000 naira on WhatsApp Lagos. 20,000 naira on Sunnyside. And 60,000 naira on Game On. So Lagos, what are you waiting for? The more you play, the better your chances of winning. Remember to dial *347 *880 *3#. Play responsibly. Not suitable for persons under the age of 18.
It's a new era. The UEFA Champions League is back. The best clubs in Europe clash in the most dramatic fixtures. Watch the UEFA Champions League live on SuperSport. Upgrade to Compact Plus and stay connected. DSTV, your home of football.
Hello, this is Domino's. What would you like to order?
I want the Chairman Pizza with a dash of buttery blockbusters.
Okay. And some cheesy romance. And a slice of sizzling action.
Yum.
And a side of flavored drama.
Yes!
From cheesy romance to flavored drama, feel everything. Because your Domino's Pizza orders now come with Showmax. Make sure to ask for Showmax when you walk in to order at any Domino's store. Chop, watch, feel everything. Terms and conditions apply.
Charlatan Quality Anti-Malaria contains Artemether and Lumefantrine, available in cherry-flavored dispersible tablets with very convenient dosing for kids. Charlatan is also available in tablets for adults. Knock out malaria in 3 days with Charlatan from Shalina Healthcare. If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult your doctor.
Hi, I'm Natasha Kimani. I'm a governance and public policy expert and the host of Talk to Me Direct podcast. Talk to Me Direct is produced by Luminate. Luminate is a global foundation working to ensure that everyone, especially those underrepresented, have the information, rights, and power to influence decisions that affect their lives. In the next episode, we dissect the power of youth organizing in building strong democracies with Chineye Uwanaka.
Start where you are. It's okay to start small. You don't despise the days of humble beginnings, But with persistency, with perseverance, you get to your destination.
Like and subscribe to Talk to Me Direct wherever you get your podcasts.
Africa is all connected. With Turkish Airlines FlyFest, fly to Europe, to America, and to Istanbul at special prices. Book your ticket until December 15th for flights between September 15th and December 15th. For details, please visit turkishairlines.com. Turkish Airlines.
Attention, all secondary schools, get ready to speak up, stand out, and make your voice heard. I beg to differ. Secondary School Debate Tournament Season 8 is here. If you have the passion, the skills, and the will to win, this is your moment. Auditions for this year's season kicks off on Monday, September 16th and run until September 30th. Don't miss this chance to compete with the brightest minds in Lagos. How to enter? Visit www.nigeriainfo.fm. Click on the I Beg to Differ banner on the homepage. Choose only one out of 3 topics listed. Argue 2 minutes in favor of and 2 minutes against the topic you chose. Upload your 4-minute recording in MP3 format. Fill in your other details and submit. This is open to secondary school students between the ages of 13 and 16. Register now and prove that you have what it takes to be an I Beg to Differ champion. I Beg to Differ Debate Season 8, the Tournament of Champions.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
This is Hard Facts.
.3 Nigeria Info Lagos. Welcome back from that break. It's 5:37 from our studios. And yes, we're still having a conversation with Oke Epia, the founder and executive director of OrderPaper Nigeria. I've been going all around the OrderPaper website, and trust me, it's so detailed that there is hardly something that you will not find about your representative or your senator from your state. Okay, thank you again for joining us on the show today. Let's start from where you stopped. We're talking about, what could make a bill stagnant.
Yeah, thank you, Sheriff. I was explaining that a couple of factors can be combined together or solely affect the progression of a bill. But the most significant I was highlighting is the determination or lack thereof of in a lawmaker to advance his or her bills. We have seen situations, and this is largely due to the impact of our work, this annual appraisals that we publish. We have seen lawmakers react to this by rushing to sponsor a high number of bills to pump up the volume. But what we have now decided to do is to dig deeper beyond the numbers. And so we now say to them that, look, yes, it's fine that you are responding. We have seen numbers of lawmakers who didn't sponsor bills in previous years now sponsor bills as a result of the pressure that their constituents have put them through because of our work. But we don't want them to be clever by half, by just putting their names to bills. We want them to also do the hard work, advancing those bills beyond just mere mentions, which is first reading. So those factors, I come to them now. You already mentioned one. It could be as a result, okay, look, they are new members. They are still learning the ropes, older members, ranking members, so-called, by parliamentary practice, understand the rope better and are able to advance maybe more quickly, faster, Yeah, but again, we also have seen some lawmakers who are new who have actually done some good work. Like the case of some Lagos senators that you mentioned. So it boils down really to the determination, the diligence, the persistence of lawmakers. To take their mandate of lawmaking very seriously. They would say to you that they are doing projects for their constituencies, what they call constituency projects, officially called zonal intervention projects. They will say to you that they are on oversight work to departments and agencies and establishments of government. These are all functions of lawmaker. We do not dispute that.
Right.
But we want to make it very clear that the core function of lawmakers is lawmaking, and based on the objective nature of the available data, we can make this ranking objectively without being called to question, because data is stubborn. You can't really fight with data. So we encourage citizens again to demand accountability from their lawmakers, whatever the circumstances are. In the minimum, explanation should be offered. Why have your Bs? Why have your 11 Bs? Why have your 4 Bs not gone beyond first reading? What is the issue?
Right.
Because it is not the lawmaker per se that is denied. It is the constituency, really.
Very true.
That they represent that
Very true.
Denied, excluded, or sidelined, as the case may be.
Okay, talking about bills that are just there. I was going through some of your reports. Then this one stuck very, very pointedly and sharply at me, and that is the case of House of Reps members who have stagnated bills. And I'm looking at a particular House of Reps member, Manu Soro, who's got 23 bills to his name, and of these 23, I mean, the report is there. So you have reps members, you have lawmakers who've got 15 bills, 19 bills, and the rest of them. And I like the way you put it, that it's not about the number of bills, it's about the progression of these bills. Tell me, how likely is it that these stagnated bills by these lawmakers, do they put, I mean, I'm not saying that you should speak for them, but from your experience, some of these bills don't ever get, to go anywhere, even, till the lawmaker gets out of office. True or false?
Yeah, it's possible, unfortunately, and that's a shame, because
that's a shame.
There's no way you would have 23 Bs, 15 Bs, 16 Bs to your name, and you can advance, a good number of them beyond just first reading. There is no way to explain that is just sheer indolence, and a misplacement of priorities, or an abdication of responsibilities that, those lawmakers are elected for. The gentleman you mentioned is quite instructive, because beyond just the numbers, it's also what you may call, leading lights that you should look out for in the National Assembly. It belongs to that category, and that category specifically, we are talking about young lawmakers. Again, this speaks again to the age-long advocacy, youth inclusion. We need more young people in government.
Right.
Let's elect more young people. Let's appoint more young people. But those who are currently, carrying the flag, just how well are they doing? Are they presenting a report card that encourages that advocacy, or their performances are actually disincentive to that advocacy? For instance, we have top 10 young lawmakers in the House of Representatives. Top 10. We did this special category, the scorecard for the top 10 young lawmakers, and these are lawmakers who are under 40 years of age. Of course, the cutoff of the reduction of age law that was signed by President Muhammad Buhari, if you recall, not too young to run advocacy.
Right.
So we've spotlighted 10 of them, and what we find is not very encouraging. We see high numbers of these. We do not see progression. Unfortunately, or fortunately, Lagos is on this list. There is a gentleman who represents Badagry in Lagos, who's got 19 Bs. And all of these 19 days, are awaiting second reading. Wingan Olusegun, I think that's his name, represents Badagry in Lagos. He belongs to this category. So there are 10 of them, from Bauchi, from Kwara. Kwara, you have Mukhtar Shagaya. who's got 15 Bs, with 100% stagnation. There are those from, Anambra. There are those from, across the country, 10 of them. I'm just like this to speak to you, the very problematic nature of stagnated bees, because these are young people, number one. They fly the flag of youth, the millions of youth in this country. But just how well are they doing? Are they representing us well? So it doesn't matter whether they're from your state. We should be able to ask them these questions, because when next they come to the polls, and of course one of them I must mention this is Erufai Bello, Erufai's son. Just like you had Ibori's daughter, you have Erufai's son. This whole issue around what do you call it, progeny, people, children of politicians who have been fathers. So that's legacy of children representing their parents. Are they doing well? Erufai's got 7 Bs to his name. All of these 7 Bs within the period under review are stagnated at first reading. And I can go on. Again, that scorecard is unavailable on our website, on our social handles. People can please go look it up and begin to ask questions. What we can say is that 25 young lawmakers in this category who belong to 40 years and below of age, 25 of them sponsored a total of 92 Bs, which is about 7.8% of the 1,175 Bs sponsored in the House of Representatives in the period under review. But the main story is, unfortunately, most of these bills are stagnated, Sheriff.
That's unfortunate that most of the bills are stagnated. If you want to know more about your representative or the senator representing your zone, you can go to OrderPaper.ng to go and find out more. There's a lot of information that you can find out about your lawmaker. It's not enough for you to vote these people into power and you're not following up on their progress, on their activities, on how they are representing you. It's only normal. It's only expected of you to, as an electorate, to follow up on their activities, on their progression, either in the House of Reps or at the National Assembly. Before we go, okay, let's talk about a particular aspect of our conversation, which is some of these bills that we're talking about, within our coverage area, from June to May this year, from June last year to May this year, I see that quite a number of lawmakers, they have their areas of specialty. And I also saw that in some of your reports, you have one talking about, gender bills. Like we had 30 gender bills being sponsored in the House of Reps in their inaugural year as 10th National Assembly. Overall, in total, they had in first 12 months 1,175 bills. Out of these 1,175 bills, 2.5% representing about 30 represent gender bills. Out of these gender bills, okay, do we have any figure as to how many of these bills have moved from first reading to the second reading or even to the committee stage?
With specifics to gender bills, I do not have ready access to that, final disaggregation. I would need to check the records, and probably share that with you if I have another chance to talk with you.
Right.
But what we have done, the key point to note about disaggregating the bills into sectorial prisms is for constituents and citizens to assess the performance of their lawmakers based on the value and the proposed impact of the proposed legislations they are putting forward. So we decided to say, look, what are the priorities, the pressing issues facing the country, and then juxtapose that against the bills that have been sponsored into different categories, of governance, of, development, Gender is one of them. Anti-corruption is another. Based on social services like health and education.
Mm-hmm.
Education is quite interesting. We have, I think, 213 Bs in the Senate. In the Senate sponsored 213 Bs in the Senate or House of Reps. I'll just confirm them shortly. But of these 213 Bs, they are not education Bs that speak to reform, education essentially.
Okay.
And not Bs that seek to increase the funding for education. ASU is threatening a fresh wave of strike, right? Mm-hmm. They are not Bs that seek to, address key infrastructure decay in our educational institutions. They are not bills that seek to improve the manpower capacity of schools, colleges, and universities in these countries. I tell you what, Sheriff, these bills, majority of them seek to want to establish new institutions, new polytechnics, new universities, new colleges of education. So lawmakers can have what they call legacy projects in their names. They can have, that bragging right to say, I
brought this to my constituency. I brought that to my state.
And, to be honest, nothing is wrong with that. But in order of priority, do we need more schools or we need to fix the ones that we have? So we have done this disaggregation so citizens generally can look at where their representatives, in Parliament are prioritizing and decide for themselves whether those priorities align with their own priorities. And if not, begin to ask questions. Distinguished Senator, I'm not sure this is what we wanted you to do in the first year. Can you redirect your course going forward? So these are the kind of conversations we want to engender by releasing this data set.
Oh, brilliant.
And I keep mentioning, it's not for people to, call out unnecessarily, name and shame. It is just the first year yet. By the time we go through the second year and the third year, we can encourage you. In fact, at that stage, at that time, we are very happy to name and shame ourselves, being a media organization. But for now, it's just for people to get a sense of the direction of travel of their members of parliament and begin to demand answers to specific questions that are formed or anchored on an informed, enlightened basis. And that's the essence of this work that we have done. Every of these data sets, on health and gender, anti-corruption, on education, on even, I think even sports, they're all on our website at OrderPaper.ng, and all of these specialized categories about stagnated bills and what have you around lawmakers who have done much time ranking lawmakers, but we need to know bills. This example is very interesting to tell. Again, there's a senator in the Senate. There's a senator from Cross River State. The youngest of the senators in the Senate currently. He's got 13 days, good number of days. But all of these 13 days are stuck at first reading.
Oh.
I make this example again because, it flies the flag of the young people in the Senate. So with the likes of him and, Winger or from Quadry, people should begin to ask questions, and there are others. I can't really readily mention all of the names. On the board.
Okay, thank you. Look, we could go on and talk about this for the rest of the evening, but we just have to anchor it here. Thank you so much for joining us on Ayes and Nays for today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sherry. Appreciate that.
Yes, Oke is the founder and executive director of OrderPaper Nigeria. Go check out what your lawmaker has been up to on OrderPaper.ng. I'm Sheriff Quadry. That's the show for today. But let's have Kemi.
Yes, Lagos, you too can still win money here on Nigeria Info. Okay, we have the Independence Day jackpot happening on the 1st of October, and you stand a chance to win your own share of 5 million naira. So the good news is that any ticket you buy from the 16th of September to the 1st of October automatically just qualifies you for this jackpot. It's the Independence Day jackpot, and it's happening here on Nigeria Info. All you have to do is go to oneplay.ng. That's the website, www.oneplay.ng. Play with as little as 500 naira, and in a few seconds your ticket is in. Or just dial the code *347 *880 *3 hash to play. Pick your station Nigeria Info, follow the instructions, and you're sure that the more you play, the greater your chances of winning. So whether you play on the website or dial the USSD code, your chances of winning are still equal, okay? And stay close to your phone because you do not want to miss that winning call. Another thing for students and parents, Ames Education Multi-Destination Association Sports Assessment Day is here again, and you get to meet top UK and Europe university reps directly for on-sport assessment, affordable tuition fees, up to £7,000 scholarship, secure a spot with as low as £2,750 deposit, no application fee, no service charge, up to 3 installments. WAEC and NECO can apply, and IELTS is not required. Free visa guidance and application, and there is no application fee. Date is 5th and 12th October 2024. Time is 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Venue is Hive Mall, plot 117 TF Kuboye, Morocco, Lagos. Contact Nigeria at aimseducation.co.uk, okay? Or call 0808 437 2965, 0808 437 2965, or just visit the website at www.aimseducation.co.uk. That is AIMSEDUCATION.co.uk. This is your pathway to world-class education.
Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.